Okay, so yesterday we came out here to the pump house to see how far back the water's froze. And it was froze in this little part. And when my son thought, well, I'll just pick this up and shake it and see if I can shake that ice out. Well, guess what? It snapped right in two. So he moved this valve over to here, and we can still get water out of the well. Not a problem as far as that goes. It's just that now we're going to have to carry it again until we get the rest of this issue resolved. Or after a few days, maybe it'll thaw out. It's supposed to be a little warmer. That noise you hear in the background is a boar pig that is trying to sing a love song to the girl pig that's out there. Yeah, isn't it great? That's very attractive. Anyway, this is our water line problems. It's not the end of the world, and we'll make it. We'll do it. We already pulled up a lot of water yesterday. We filled up buckets and we got the animals all watered. So I'll take you to show you those. So yesterday we filled this tub up. It's really dirty water, but it'll do for flushing the toilet. We use buckets of water anyway for flushing the toilet, you know, like the dishwater and all that. So that's okay. Yesterday my son went and visited some friends and got all of our pressure canners and cookers full of water while he was over there. He took our Christmas gifts over there to him. They're more his friends than mine. I know them, and they're good people, but it's not, I don't know, I just don't go visit them. But anyway, so we filled these up. There's some pans inside that we filled up too. But they froze up inside the cabin overnight. Well, everything did, because we were low on propane, so I didn't turn any heat on, and it was cold, cold, cold. Thank goodness we've got lots of covers. And I just wrapped up in my covers like a mummy or something, and just stayed right there in one spot all night. I was warm. This bucket though we got yesterday out of the well. It was fairly clean. I guess grass has blown in it, but it's not. The bucket is a clean bucket, and if we need to, we can take part of this out and refill it again, and that will be water that's fine for any other use. I filled up my coffee pot while we were out there. I filled up our tea kettle. Filled up every vessel that we could find, bucket. Filled that bucket up, and guess what? It's full of holes in the bottom, so it all leaked out. And it happens. And then we've got two of these little heaters, and we can run them on the generator if we keep them turned down to the minimum setting. We can run the dial can be turned any setting you want, right there. But you have to only run it down here on the minimum setting, or it overloads the generator. Well, we ran one of these last night, and it did not help much. It was still really cold unless you were just right on top of it. So when the generator ran out of gas, we just let it stay out of gas. We didn't try to start it again, but it ran out really fast using one of these heaters. They normally, if you're on grid power, they're not really a bad deal, and if you got good insulation, you can heat up a small room with them. Well, you can't out here where we're at, what we're doing right now. So anyway, when everything was off, I pulled the other one over right next to where I sleep and threw my covers over the top of it and let whatever heat was left in it rise up and heat up my covers. So that got me in bed and warm to start with, and then once I got to sleep I was okay. Okay, that's our water situation, but you know what? We're troopers, and we'll do it. We'll make it. And I don't know that... sure, there's a lot of people that watch my videos. I don't have a doubt in the world that they would have no problem keeping things squared away under the worst of conditions. We always have food, and I'm glad I canned up as much as I did last summer and this fall. I got to can some more after the first of the year, though, because the supplies are getting depleted. But if it wasn't for canning, I don't think we'd have nearly as much food, because we'd be having to run to the grocery store all the time. I get a good deal on something like chicken. Sometimes they'll have it at 49 cents a pound. I'll buy 30 pounds of it, can it up, and use the skin and the bones to make broth with, and have lots of broth in the shelf. And you just can't beat it because you know exactly what went in it. I put a little bit of salt in it, and I put a little bit of herb or something like that in it. Not that kind of herb, thank you. Something like a little oregano or something like that, or some thyme. I really like thyme and rosemary with chicken. So anyway, I'll season it up and get it canned up, and we'll have pints and pints and pints of it on the shelf. And right now in there I've got beans, and I've got bean soup in there, and several kinds of meat, including the smoked pork that I canned back in the summer. And I'm so glad that we did that. I was kind of today in the mood for some of that crap that I made, but I really only like pork or pork neck bones in it. I didn't want to use deer meat in it. It might have been just fine, I don't know. But I really wanted pork, and I don't have anything but smoked pork right now. And we tried that, and it wasn't that great. It needs to be plain pork. But if you guys have a suggestion, or maybe you've tried it with deer meat, let me know. Because I've really got a hunger on me for that homemade sauerkraut. I really, really want some of it. Okay, thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas.